Something just happened.
Well, I did not anticipate this. Gotta be honest, I didn't expect any Sonic news to come out for a while from now. Really, I don't think anybody did. I, like many others, assumed that we'd just have this announcement, probably along with some other stuff at the next Sonic Central event. But it seems that's not the case, because we got the announcement of this new Sonic game, Sonic Superstars. Personally, I think it looks pretty good. Certainly a step up from the last 2D Sonic game with 3D graphics that we got, which was Sonic 4, which... whatever. The point is, it looks great. Certainly a lot better than most 2D Sonic gameplay we've gotten in the past decade or two, except Mania, obviously. Even Sonic Generations, considered the best Sonic game ever to some, not me though, I am a chat of old school opinions, has some pretty middle-of-the-road classic Sonic gameplay, which is especially hilarious to think about when you remember that game was designed to celebrate Sonic's anniversary. And that's not to say that fun can't be had with it. That crazy overpowered spin dash is fun to screw around with and all, but it's certainly not spectacular, even if it's perfectly passable. But there's no defending Sonic Forces. Superstars was revealed at the recent Summer Games Fest 2023. Literally out of nowhere, not even a tease from the Sonic Twitter account like they usually do for this sort of thing. And of course, good old Jeff couldn't even force himself to actually speak the blue guy's name.
Another legendary gaming hero is set to return later this year in a brand new game built from the ground up in a style that I think is going to get this fan base and longtime fans of video games very excited.
Oh, what a timeline we live in. Alright, enough stalling. Time to go over this teaser. So it starts in Emerald Hill Zone and... Why is the sprite so blurry? Does Sonic Team not know how to scale sprites correctly? SMH. So anyway, he gets to the end of the level and... Oh my god, the animation is expressive. Where have you been all my life? Well, Sonic's like, meh, I've dealt with weirder crap before, and just kinda goes with it and... Wait, Bang's back? Wow, talk about making a first impression. Anyway, he starts to run through the new area, which, as you can see, has 3D graphics, which in turn means it can't be using the Retro Engine, which is exclusively sprite-based. Wow, what a surprise! That totally came out of nowhere. It's not like I was the only person saying that it using the Retro Engine and being made by Sonic Team made literally no sense at all, and that Zippo never even said that in the first place, so that meant it literally had no credibility whatsoever. Nope, this was definitely a complete surprise. The game does look really nice though. For once, a Sonic game clearly built on the foundations of the past doesn't seem to be milking Green Hill Zone. I really like the waterfalls and the rainbow in the background. Actually, on that note, it sort of reminds me of the scrap Dubious Depth Zone from Sonic CD, which also had some nifty aesthetics, so it's cool to see something that resembles them actually get turned into a real level. Honestly, it's just nice to see some actually unique classic Sonic aesthetics again. The last time we got that was Sonic Mania, and maybe Forces if I'm feeling generous, but the ones in Mania look way cooler, so... The animations continue to look nice, definitely way nicer than any Santiago content we've gotten over the past decade. Next, we see what appears to be the Super Peel-Out being used. Now, being realistic here, I doubt this means that the original Super Peel-Out from Sonic CD is going to be in this game. Rather, I think this is probably just the top speed animation, similar to the top speed animation in Mania. Don't get me wrong, it being the actual Peel-Out would be awesome, but I wouldn't get my hopes up. Not too much later, we see Sonic grinding, which I honestly did not expect at all. The last time we saw grinding in a 2D Sonic game was the Rush series, although it's possible that the feature almost made its way into Sonic Mania based on these removed sprites, although it's equally likely that they were just from a scrapped snowboard section or something. The grinding seems to have some degree of slope physics, which is rad. About time rail grinding had actual physics again. The rest of the trailer also displays these slope physics too in parts. This part that shows off the slope physics also displays that 4 key characters will be included in the game. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy, which means that Zippo got that right, because of course they did. They're Zippo. You are not Zippo. They are Zippo. Stop trying to be Zippo. Following that, we see... Oh. Yep, let's get this out of the way. I have seen this game compared to New Super Mario Bros. A few times, which, I mean, that's fair. This game definitely looks like the Sonic equivalent to New Super Mario Bros., but as far as Sonic doing things that Mario has done, this is certainly a step in the right direction, as instead of his previous attempts of blatantly copying Mario gameplay without understanding what made said gameplay, you know, good. This game still looks like a Sonic game. It just has that Sonic-iness to it, you know? It's hard to properly quantify, but if Mario was placed in this sort of environment, I don't think he would fit in as nicely as he would in Sonic Lost World. However, yes, the 4-player co-op definitely had to take some cues from New Super Mario Bros. And Mario Maker. But I mean, multiplayer is multiplayer. If I can sit down with my siblings or my dad and just play some Sonic when I'm bored, I will always welcome at least the effort to implement that with open arms. We also see some very unique gimmicks in this trailer. Aside from the aforementioned grind rails, we also see this one where the gang seemed to turn into some sort of cybernetic jellyfish. A little out of left field, maybe, but I admire the experimentation. The jellyfish do look a little slow, but there appears to be some kind of boost mechanic, so maybe that'll make it a little better. Now, this next thing is pretty interesting. It seems that in this game, a central gimmick is that different Chaos Emeralds have different powers, which can then be used to interact with the environment. I think that's a great idea, because as a Sonic fan, I've been asked on multiple occasions in the past what the difference between individual Chaos Emeralds are, and now I guess I'll finally have an answer to that question besides, they funny colors and me like. Honestly, if this game and Sonic Frontiers are anything to go off of, it seems like they finally decided to go around and play around with the lore and capabilities of the Chaos Emeralds again, something that I think we can all agree has been dearly missed since Sonic Unleashed. I appreciate that they haven't been 100% gone from Sonic games since Unleashed, however their presence in said games throughout the 2010s has basically been reduced to a simple unlockable power-up. Or in the case of Sonic Forces, downloadable DLC, for some reason. We then see some footage of the special stages, and although there's not much to go off of just based on this, it looks okay. One of them is obviously a remake of the Sonic 1 special stages, but it looks like the blocks take a lot less time to disappear, so that's already a positive change. The other one is 3D and features Sonic practicing his Spider-Man cosplay in the Shadow Realm. We don't really see that much of these two, so there's not much to go off of at the moment. Next we see some bosses, and while they too seem interesting, they too aren't on screen very long. The real peak of this scene is this part, where Sonic uses some kind of crazy cloning move. To be honest, it's most likely just another Chaos Emerald power, but it kinda reminds me of that one move from Sonic Frontiers. Sonic Superstars. Wow, that looks cool. Coming to PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, Epic, and Steam in fall 2023. They even have a website, the incredibly creative named SonicSuperstars.com, complete with its own cute little loading screen. At the bottom, you can sign up for a newsletter to get an exclusive skin for Amy Rose, where she wears her clothes from her modern design, similar to the Soap Shoes newsletter exclusive unlockable for Sonic Frontiers. Or, I think you can, because I signed up for it, and I haven't received my confirmation code yet, even though it's been days. Weird. This isn't all the Superstars news that we've gotten. For example, we know about this new character, Trip, who's some kind of funny-looking robot lizard or something, and the full animated intro got leaked from Summer Games Fest. But the main meat of all the news was this trailer, so I figured I'd keep this nice and short for now. Don't worry, I'll more than likely have more to say on this game in the future. Maybe I'll do a review for it. You see, unlike Wivy, Filmora doesn't totally suck, so there's no chance of me accidentally killing my video mid-production forgetting to review it again. I mean, hopefully. We're gonna say life's unpredictable. That's basically all I have to say on this. Still a moron when it comes to ending videos, and I'm late enough with this one as it is, so let's see, like and subscribe, blah blah, algorithm, something, smile so they know you're not evil, wait a minute.